Jar Jar Binks kit reveal incoming, question mark? Is that going to be the title of the day for our video?
It's been like an April Fool's like meme for years. I mean, people have made like fake posts about it, like kit reveals, kits, and things like that. But, you know, if we're going to bring like Wat Tambor to the game, look, who's that guy?
Oh, man. Yeah, so we have a lot of stuff we want to talk about in this video. Mainly, we're going to try to dissect this right here because this past Reddit had blog post had a lot more hidden textual things in there than ever before. Very vague, but at the same time, as I said a lot. And also, we're going to be soloing Galactic War with General Grievous because Mobile Gamer made a video talking about the characters you should be shooting for the Padme Amidala event, which is coming back next week, August 7th, I believe, and we're going to show you the power of Grievous just going through Galactic War all by himself. But before we do so, let's go back over here. So there was two theories with slapping your forehead in disbelief. This line right here, I kind of glanced over it, not thinking too much about it, but there's actually two references it could be going towards. And I'm going to leave a poll in the top right-hand corner. Let us know what you guys think. But what are those two references people are debating about right now?
Well, you got Mundi, or how you say him? Ki-Adi-Mundi? I don't know.
Ki-Adi-Mundi or something like that?
Yeah, Ki-Adi-Mundi, or, you know, because he's got a big forehead. He's got like a 7 head, actually, or an 8 head.
7 and 8 head. So that's a lot of forehead to be slapping people. That's why people might be thinking that.
He has way more than 4. And then, you know, Jar Jar Binks. Now, I didn't pick up on the Jar Jar Binks, but the comment section did. And
this is why, this right here, because there's a scene where he slaps his head in disbelief. And the more we talked about it, the more we're like, yeah, Jar Jar could happen. And you're thinking it could be a Wat Tambor type of release, right?
Well, I mean, the thing about Ki-Adi-Mundi, however you say his name, is that, you know, there is a bunch of NPCs inside of GOTB. You know, we've got Midra Padme, we've got Padawan Anakin, and then they've got him. You know, are they going to do all 3 at once? But they didn't really have any reference to, like, Padawan Anakin. They didn't have any reference to any of that kind of stuff. So, you know, it's kind of a different thing. And so, but we're going to get to this post where we actually have a response right here. I mean, this kind of made me think, I read that and it was really open. You know, he says, you know, wrote ahead, slapping your forehead, and then Crumb responds to it and says, well, it says, you thought I was going to drop? That's actually a Jar Jar quote from the movie. It's so obscure. He had to take the time to look it up. This is the puzzle guy. And, you know, that's like really random. It's like, boy, he took the time to like, I think he was letting us know that was the right path.
I remember a lot of quotes, but I mean, unless you're a Jar Jar fan, that is a forgettable quote. And the fact that he specifically went out of his way to find it, it could be a joke, but honestly, things seem to be pointing at that Jar Jar could be coming. We have exclusive artwork too, right? Yes. This is actually kind of funny.
But why not?
Another way to make some
why
artwork.
not? You know, why not? Because, you know, C-3PO and Jar Jar, there was a correlation. You know, comedic relief. They were they made things worse. You know, and it's like, why not? I mean, Jar Jar definitely was the C-3PO of the prequels.
Yeah, it's a very, very, very specific character, and I think honestly, it makes a lot of sense at this point that he could be a non-combatant, just like C-3PO and just like Wat Tambor, and it could be the light side specific thing that we're going to see, because light side territory battles is coming around. It's coming around sometime, one way or another, and we don't know exactly when, but I would suspect probably in the next month, we're going to see light side territory battle, and Wat Tambor's kit was released as well within about a month of territory battles. So it's something that's bound to happen soon. Grievous is taking it to town, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to start going through our Galactic War right here as we kind of talk about some remaining news. First things first, we have I guess it's second things first at this point. Commander Cody login reward for the month of August, and I think we kind of know what's going to be happening, but what are your thoughts on that?
It just says Geo, you know, TB, light side is all that means. And, you know, they made reference to the 501st Legion in that Road Ahead blog. You know, they had 500 iterations, you know. So
I totally blew past that, because I said in my video, it's like, what are they talking? We only have like 5 clones in the game. So that makes sense.
No, that was a Vader's Fist 501st, you know, reference. And there was some, they also made reference to the Reek, which was going to be the version of the Acklay. Which
Reek is coming as well.
Sense.
So that'll probably be, you know, essentially the Acklay special mission. And what do you think is going to be required for that? Because I'm trying to prepare in advance. It's probably going to require a new pay-to-play-ish character, whether a Geonosis
I wouldn't be
Brute
surprised if Shaak Ti was like the...
You think Shaak Ti?
Yeah, well, that or Padme. I mean, well, you just go through the Galactic Republic, and they're gonna do something like that. I think. Grievous is the equivalent of Padme, and I think Brood Alpha is the equivalent of Shaak Ti if you want to start seeing how things play out. And I think that they can make a Shaak Ti / clones Acklay version using the Reek and make it insanely hard, and everybody has to have Gear 13. And so the paywall won't be necessarily the character, but it'll be Gear 13ing the characters. Boy, that's a word right there.
Yeah,
Gear
that's a Gear 13. Gear 13. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man, because the thing is, there's got to be, because the Geonosians, they're needed everywhere for this dark side territory. They're needed for the ships. They're needed for various battles. They're needed for 2 special missions.
80 people have beat the Acklay. I mean, it's a big deal,
80
right?
people.
80
That's a big deal. One of them was in my guild, actually.
Maybe 80 people have Gear 13 Geonosians is what it is, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, I retried the Geonosian battle. It's tough with the Acklays. So even if I have a Gear 13 Brood Alpha, and it's definitely a little tricky still. There's definitely a strategy behind it and the right geared to make it work. But my thing is, I think the clones are probably going to be the equivalent of the Geonosians for their light side territory battle. So, and I'm just wondering if Shaak Ti is going to be in that equation, or do you think they're going to be generous for 2 times in a row and release like Ki-Adi-Mundi, just like how they released Geonosian Brood Alpha as a free-to-play accessible character? Do you think we're going to see 2 free-to-play accessible characters like this in the past couple months here?
Well, they should. I mean, why not? I mean, I got to tell you, Brood Alpha was like the first gift that the developers have given us in how long? I mean, they've done nothing. Man. I mean, they've done nothing. And, the hidden cost of this game, not hidden, the real cost of this game is gear, right? And so, I mean, but at least you have a team. Oh, you're not hanging in there. Get some of that health back.
See.
I'm sorry, watching your gameplay. This is actually a tough one.
Oh my God! He's just gonna take him. Grievous is so good, man. He had a long history. We had some issues with Grievous, but man, he's that second rework took him to a whole other level, man.
Right? Oh my God.
Sorry, what were you saying, Grievous?
I don't know what I was saying. I'm too busy distracted watching Grievous just massacre these Jedi. And he's killing the Jedi. I mean, I know that makes you happy, right? But why not? We got to get something. I mean, at the end of the day, the real cost of this entire game is gear, and they've definitely have recently loosened up some of the gear, locations and availability. But getting that final piece is still between the cryotech or the chirotech.
Cryotech.
Yeah, right. It's just so if they can give us free characters, and if we choose to gear them up or not, that's fine too, right?
Yep, I mean, I'm hoping for another kind of a free gift. I mean, Geonosian Brood Alpha is not the easiest farm in the world, but it's something you don't have to wait 6 months to get to 7 stars.
Well, even if you want to spend money on refreshes, it's not like $300 or $200. No. It's it's going to cost you $20-$30 to you speed that up. Right. You know what I mean? Which is not a big deal.
Right, like you're still farming B1, and B1 came out in February. And that's been 6 months basically, and it's
and I'm done with my Brood Alpha. I've got and basically that was just doing the 100 refreshes. So I spent some crystals, right? But it wasn't like buying packs. 2,500 crystal packs. It was spending like 300 crystals a day for a couple weeks, and it is what it is. I just feel like this GOTB should have been introduced, within like 9 months of the original one.
6, 9 months. Yeah,
right?
They originally, way back when, John Slayer, the senior producer, or not senior, but he was the big producer.
This guy invented the game. He made the game. It's his game, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. He did an interview saying that they plan on releasing more territory battles, and that was like, oh, this fracture might mess this up. Let's see how this goes. He was basically saying that it made it sound like that another territory battle was going to come soon, and obviously nothing really ever came out. So it took them a lot longer. And I'm not sure. We had speculation. Maybe we talked about maybe they had just other priorities and stuff like that. Maybe not, the staff team wasn't big enough to make it happen.
You're done.
So I don't think it's gonna work this time. Yeah, let's see. Can Grievous pull off a win? Let's see. Count on Thrawn, baby. Thrawn stopped Grievous from getting a solo galactic war in. Oh, Thrawn. You can always count on Thrawn to be that weird counter thing to make
Wouldn't
sure.
Wouldn't it be cool
Grievous
if General Kenobi was able to pull out a pistol and just shoot Grievous in the heart?
These mythical items coming to Galaxy of Heroes that we saw in that Road Ahead blog post. There's some actually, I feel like there's more concern revolving it than people being excited for it. I mean, if anything that has new abilities attached to it, I'm excited for it. But people are saying that they think this is going to be either a Red Star Marvel Strike Force system, or some people are messaging me saying that there is like a relic system and some other games out there.
I'm going to say something, and if you have a problem with it, just edit it out, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so everybody kind of went berserk over Red Stars and Marvel Strike Force, and I know there's a lot of people here that don't know what Red Stars is, but one of the developers contacted me and says, "Mobile Gamer, what are Red Stars? Why is everybody freaking out that this new relic post thing going to be Red Stars?" Well, Red Stars is like, imagine having a 1 in 2,000 chance to get a 75% boost to a random character, and you have to pay $4 or $5 per orb. And you know, what is that about, right? I don't think it's going to be like Red Stars. I mean, I don't know what it's going to be like, but it's not Red Stars is kind of the feeling I got. Feeling I got is that it's not going to be some insidious thing like Red Stars. It's going to be definitely going to have some sort of paywall. Obviously, everything's got it. There's always this is a paywall game. I mean, you got to get used to it at some point. I mean, that's what this game is about. So
yeah, if you keep complaining about paywall, this isn't the game for you. I mean, if you don't want to play paywalls, just play something else. Even other games, even console games that have.
I mean, Hero Collector games. The nature of the game is that there's some sort of scarcity created by the developers, and you can either grind it out and fall behind, or you can pay to get ahead. And so. To think that this is not going to have some sort of mechanic like that. Now, whether it's going to be a random surprise mechanic of horribleness my understanding is not going to be that.
If it's going to bring new abilities, I'll be looking forward to it. I don't like gear increases. That's something I feel like it's something that you have to do to keep your roster relevant. But if it's something adding something new abilities or something like that, or even new skins, heck, then I feel like there's a value out of it. Gear increases are it's a lame way of getting money out of me. I like more creative things.
It's just some like adding an 8th star or doing something. I mean, and I think the reason why it wasn't well received is we just got Gear 13, like what you just said. Basically, you know, the second that Gear 13 and everybody on your shard took 10 characters to Gear 13, your entire roster was devalued because of that.
It's garbage.
Yeah, the value of your roster just deflated instantly the day Gear 13. Unless you chose to pay to keep the value of your roster.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap it up right there. A lot talked about in this video. Comment down below on what your thoughts are on everything you saw. General Grievous going to town. Red Star is coming to Galaxy Heroes. Jar Jar Binks or Ki-Adi-Mundi. My goodness, a lot is going to tell us the story in the next upcoming weeks here. Mobile Gamer, any last words before we take off from this beautiful video today?
Get good, noobs. Wail harder.
Party Richter, get down, 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 down. Party Richter, son of a bitch. Party Richter, get down, down, down.